Zach, just finish me off. I'm done. Kris Bryant is headed to the San Francisco Giants. And I know I'm complaining to the wrong person because you're a Dodgers fan, but like you said, the entire infield's gone. Like, it's over, dude. The whole thing's blown up. I know it's the right thing to do, but I don't know if I want to watch baseball anymore, dude.
No, I mean, you could just watch the Dodgers. You could just watch the future once again. But why to the Giants? Of all the teams, Giants were completely quiet almost
too
day.
Quiet, right?
They were too quiet. And I saw a tweet saying Giants have been quiet, but engaged in talks for Trevor Story. And I was like, okay, well, that's gonna mess up everything. And then they just go out and get Kris Bryant. Yay! So happy. It makes sense with Longoria hurt right now, and the outfield just gets even better as Bryant could play third and outfield. I mean, that outfield is one of the better ones defensively that I think I've seen in a while. So nothing on the return yet.
We don't know about the return. They do have some big time players in the farm system. I'm not getting my hopes up, but I am really, really hoping that we can move Zach Davies and I think you just said Jake Marisnick was traded as well, correct, to the Padres.
Marisnick was traded to the Padres.
So Jed Hoyer's just dumping the entire house, and I respect that. I said it a few days ago. If you're gonna start selling, sell everything. Don't just keep a couple players. Like, sell the entire thing. Let's do a full rebuild. Kris Bryant, I love you. I have your jersey signed in my studio back home, and it will stay there. A little maintenance to take care of on this very busy Friday MLB trade deadline. Zach, Jose Berrios was traded to the Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays gave up quite a bit. I believe it was the second and fourth prospects in their system. Blue Jays needed a starting pitcher. They're in win now mode. Do you think they overpaid?
Slightly, but I mean, the asking price for Berrios was apparently very high. I mean, Dodgers were in on him and they wanted Gavin, supposedly. So, who knows? But all I know is that it's a great move for him.
Yeah.
So who knows what happened with this? It's pushing him into East.
And I believe they have control over him for another year. And like you said, there's a bunch of teams into him. This one was totally out of right field. The Boston Red Sox traded for Kyle Schwarber. I know the Nationals were selling, but I hadn't really heard much about Schwarber to the Red Sox. Had you?
I hadn't heard about Schwarber to anybody. I mean, Schwarber, obviously, 25 home runs, 53 ribbies, batting like 255 around there. And I mean, going to Boston, a left-hand bat, going ahead and hitting towards pesky pole, there could be a lot more home runs, and Schwarber could end up with 45 plus home runs at the end of the year, in my opinion.
Zach, I remember earlier in the day yesterday when Danny Duffy, it came out that Duffy was going to the Dodgers, I made a joke. I was like, is this it? And then, of course, we all remember what happened next. But is this a move? Like, is he going to be a potential, where do you see him in the rotation?
I mean, I see him as the fifth. Right now, obviously, starters are injured. I mean, Kersh is out. Dustin May has been out. So I see once everybody healthy, line up this rotation be Buehler, Max Scherzer, Kershaw, Julio Urias, and Danny Duffy. And then Gonsolin, Price move back to the bullpen and be the lone relievers and solidify that bullpen so we don't have guys who could be good in the future but just aren't ready yet coming into the bullpen late game situations like Utica and players like that.
Yeah, the rich get richer. Philly's got some very much needed help for their pitching staff, acquiring Kyle Gibson and Ian Kennedy from the Rangers. Gibson's been both of these guys have been awesome. I don't really quite know what the Phillies had to give up. I assume they had to give up a little bit. But the Rangers are another team that have been selling during the deadline.
The Phillies gave up Spencer Howard.
Okay.
Who a lot of people are highly talented on him. He is a pitcher, and he actually in the majors right now. So He's hasn't looked great as he's 1 of 4 with a 5.5 ERA, but I mean he's a right-handed batter or right-handed pitcher and 25 years old. I mean, you'd be happy with that.
I like the fact that we have a bunch of teams in the NL East that are going for it. Like the
Braves,
made a couple
Mets, and
moves.
Phillies.
Yeah, they're all making moves. The Oakland Athletics acquired infielder Josh Harrison and catcher Yan Gomes from the Washington Nationals. The Nationals and the Cubs have just literally sold off their entire team, huh?
Yeah, it was 2 years ago that Nationals World Series champions and everything, and just just past their prime, I guess, like with everybody just gelling wise. And so they're just getting rid of everybody and they're just going to retool. I mean, I feel like this right now for the Nationals is make Juan Soto happy and be able to have the cap space to go out and get somebody that Juan Soto wants to pair up with him. Like, this is strictly to make him happy. And
just
the
throw
guy.
all the money in the world at Juan Soto and figure it out from there. Zach, it's interesting to me because I think this again just goes to show how hard it is to win a World Series. You see teams like the Cubs, you see teams like the Nationals. Like the Nationals won the World Series 2 years ago, and now they're in total rebuild mode. It's so difficult. And then finally, the Twins are trading J.A. Happ to the Cardinals. I guess the Cardinals, there was talks about the Cardinals being sellers. If the Cardinals had sold, it would have looked like the Cubs today. Like, you would have seen just every player in the books going with, could you imagine if Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, like DeYoung, like these guys, like all these guys on the market, that would have been crazy. But it looks like they're not going to give up and they are going to go for it. Do you think the Cardinals have a chance of making the playoffs?
I mean, anything's possible in baseball. There's still plenty of games left. Cardinals, as of right now, 9.5 games back of the Central, 7.5 back of the wild card. And the only thing about that is the wild card teams that hold them have gone better in the Padres and the Dodgers as of right now. So who knows? And then I mean, the Phillies also. Their Phillies are tied with them. They got better. Mets got better. It's just the Cardinals kind of saw they were like, we're not completely out of it, but if we don't make a move now, then we will be out of the run-in. And with players like Arenado and Goldschmidt in the peak years, and or starting to decline to their prime, they're like, we need to make a move and try and get this going.